Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Muslcast Week 9 edition. 9? Yes, Week 9, 7:10 a.m., 10/28/2025, only 3 days from Halloween, and we had some spooky things happen in the Muscle. Most notably, if you're afraid of snakes, you weren't this weekend, as the Pylon Pounders, could they get pounded upon by one Bracy Trudell? We'll find out in a minute. As you can see in this weird, I ate too much vitamin C shit flavored, not flavored, but colored, bottom 10. Look at this. I mean, we have a lot to go over, so I'm going to go quick. If your name's in this list, not your year, BVC, Play With My Giga, Tush Pushers, and the Nuts all losing again. Sith Happens gets his first victory of the year. I think that is worthy of some kind of celebration. There we go. He's growing up. Magic Mushroom. Not a magic mushroom, but Sith Happens gets his first win. Colin St. Germain, still offering you $100 for that GameCube lot, buddy. Hit me up if you want it. Pork and Beans gets randomized for the second straight week. That is not good. He is on the chopping block.
Chop, mate.
And when that happens, him and someone else, we'll find out, are both in danger of losing their team. Someone did lose their team this week. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now you see me, now you don't. His losing woes continue. Red Rockets. He wish he could spin himself around into the victory column, but he won't. He falls again for the 6th straight time, although those aren't all his losses. But the Mad Scientist, you are the weakest link.
You make me sick.
Still can't get a victory no matter what he tries. 8 in a row losses. 435 points. Still the worst. But we love you anyway. Hopefully someday you will get to the first victory of the year. That's what we're hoping for. You know, that's what we're hoping for. We're all pulling for you, buddy. Justin Redding, not your year. I'm sorry. I just realized this is not where it should be. There we go. That's more like it. There we go. Yep. All right, there we go. That's more like it. Anyway, we go up to the bottom. Let's look at some fallers here. Some pretty big ones. 12, 13, 14, 16 all lost, falling out of the top 20. Jack Goff in the end zone. Mullen Incorporated, Kakamba's double C's back. Stinky Fingers back. Suicide Squad all winning. But not all winning. Kakamba's lost. Nibble on my Gibbs, cough on my golf. Back in the winning card. Coming from behind up to 12. Chop it off. It'll make you stunning and brave. Loses for the second time this year. Falls from number 4 to number 11. The top 10. We got Do You Even Swift Bro Muckers. The Black Hole. Winning again. Up from 10 to 8. Hitting Rugs. Another Bradley. Goes up from number 11 to number 7. Vic in a Box wins again, moves up from number 9 to number 6. Malcolm Rodriguez, 6-2, 6-0 in conference, 6 straight wins. That's crazy. She's the best of the 6-2 teams, which there are plenty. Golfing with Laporta goes up from number 6 to number 4. Pylon Pounders say it ain't so. They lose. It is true. There was a spoiler alert in case you couldn't tell by that weird, almost messianic, I don't know if that's a word, picture on there. I don't know why it put a glow around him, but whatever. Cheechki wins again, number 3 to number 2. That means our new number one team in the nation, in case you couldn't tell, is the Bleeding Blue Bombers. He's not blue, abdabba-dee-dabba-da. He's number 1. One of only 4 7-1 teams, 7-0 or 6-0 in conference. A 7-game win streak. I think this whole song's gonna play. 713 points, good for second in the league, behind only Vic in a Box, who has 716. We're gonna start looking at that. Not till next week, though. My God, will you stop? Okay, thank you. So, Bleeding Blue Bombers, your number 1 team. That's how that goes. Randomizers, again, we did have a couple people. I'm telling you right now, we need 1 owner already. You're going to need 2 probably. We'll talk about who. Super Original, Balls Deep, You're in Chubble, Moose. Sorry, I'm looking. What the hell am I looking at? Week 8 is what I'm looking for. You're in Chubble, New Orleans Rock Chucks on the chopping blocks. Pork and Beans and Hang with Mr. Hernandez all on the chopping blocks. I swear there was one more. I know there was one more. Hold on. I think it might have been. If I didn't take a screenshot of it, didn't happen though. They say, right? You're in trouble. You are in trouble. I do this early. Hang on, Mr. Hernandez. You're in trouble. I swear Kyler Easton was randomized, but I didn't take a screenshot of it. Thus, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was looking at things wrong. But nevertheless, now we're gonna go. Those are now again. If you have three in this column, your team is taken from you. If you have 2 in this column, you're removed from the lottery unless your team's replaced by a new owner, because then that person doesn't suffer. So Moose Knuckles, New Orleans Rock Chucks, Pork and Beans, Hang with the Managers, you are officially eliminated from the lottery to get into the playoffs. So now you probably will abandon your team, which is bullshit, because we bring people in. We don't want people to lose faith in their team. But 2 randomizers, bad news. You're going to have to win out. Or just quit, and we will replace your team with competent owners who aren't a bunch of wyants who just give up on their team. Nevertheless, today we mourn the passing of Kyle Stoker. He is the first former champion to have his team stripped from him in the middle of the year. It is sad, but as Kramer once said, without rules, there's chaos. And let me tell you something. It is true. We must rule with an iron fist. I rule with an iron fist. I had a marginal meltdown at work this weekend because nobody could do the simplest task that I asked them to do for 2 days in a row. So I drove into work and proved a point. It took me 2 fucking minutes to do it. I was hot. And my girl, Sarah, I love this girl to death, just fucking sitting there not doing shit. And, she did not react well, but I threw some heavy shade at them. And it wasn't because I don't like them. It was because I do like them. And I strive for greatness from everybody. My kids, my friends, my family members, my coworkers, my fucking muscle owners. Don't fucking get randomized 3 times, okay? It's sad. I don't care. There's no exceptions. You are a champion in this league in the past. That makes you a chump in this league this year if you get randomized 3 times. I love you, Kyle Stoker. I still want to punch the Michigan Center coach in the face, the softball coach. I challenge him to a fucking muscle off. I'd lose because I can't do shit in this league. But still, love you, Kyle. Love John Gillette. Love all these guys. But we have to take your team from you. So it's gone. It's gone. If you have an owner, then please let me know. But as of right now, we are sounding the bells 75 times for Kyle Stoker. Doesn't even get a 10 bell salute. Because when you lose your team this fashion, nobody gives a shit. You are now just another pile in the rubble of deadbeat owners. Even though you have won a championship. We'll never take that from you, Kyle. Hopefully you're alright. Hopefully something bad's not happening. But if it is, you could have messaged me and said, hey, can you submit a lineup for me or find someone to submit a lineup for me? That is the thing. I have a person, former owner in this league, who can't commit to doing a regular team because he just doesn't want to. And if ever needed, you need a lineup, let me know a day or 2 in advance, and he will submit one for you. He gives me this big list of people. There's 2 people who actually have done this year already. But they know about it. If you don't know about this, is a service that can happen. He'll give me a big list of people. It's like start the best people who are available in this list. So that's what we do. So there you go. No excuses. Where's Allison Chains at? I don't know, but I tell you where I do know where it is. It's time for the Fast Minute Recap. If I can get here, it's going to take me 20 minutes to freaking get this going, but I'm going to skip over a lot of stuff because I kind of want to look at the conference look a little bit more detailed, and we're already in 9 minutes. So I legitimately clicked this thing, so I don't know what the hell's taking so long. Oh my God. Look at this. It's time. The muscle game of the week was Cuckoo Ain't You, Tyler Robinson versus Knuckles in the win. Knuckles in for the win. I mean, he put like what? 1/100th of a millimeter of his knuckles in for the win as he wins 87.89 to 87.63. That is 0.26 points. That is like nothing. Oh my God, what a tragic loss. Cuckoo Ain't You, Maze Hembalaya looking for his second win since taking over that team, whatever that team that was. Bleeding Blue Bombers, we all know that. He won in big fashion, knocking off Ducky on Quack. He couldn't get my customer's hotspot over the weekend, and he couldn't get a win on Sunday. Bad stretch there for Ducky on Quack. Nick Radecki falls himself down to 4-4. I think, maybe 3-5. I don't know what the hell record is this guy. He's 4-4, that's what I thought. Hurt so good over Red Rockets. Red Rockets continue to struggle, but hey, he's 1-7. Tanner Vollmer at least puts a lineup in. Tucker Kraft looks like a little boy at school. Everyone started Tucker Kraft on tight ends day. Mullen incorporated over Superstars, who falls to 3-5. Thad Glowicki, new owner. Got a win a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. I don't know. Hernandez Hitman gets randomized and loses to FarmersOnly.com, who moves to 5-3. Brees Hall looks like his head was stuck in a vice. Vic in a box over Nantam Knights. Nobody cares. Nantam Knights having a horrible year for the second straight year, but we love ya. He's too busy fighting crime at nighttime. Slashing people. Michael Myers, big Batman fan, also obvious serial killer. But nevertheless, Vic in a box. Josh Griner, who's a 6-2, moves up to number 6. Golf from Laporte over Moose Knuckles, 88-67. True Blue Wrecking Crew cannot beat Patriot Thunder, who keeps his season alive with a huge win, moving to 5-3. Got a big game coming up this week, I believe. The Providence Power loses because fucking Drake London decides not to play for no reason at all. Although he did start A.J. Brown, so I guess I don't have much to say about there. A.J. Brown is a cuck. The guy needs to get... Wait, did he have a bye? That was last week. Nevertheless. Yeah. Unbelievable. We both started... Okay, I'm off. I thought I was blaming my whole loss on Drake London. Didn't realize this guy started A.J. Brown. But, yeah, sucks. But, I mean, A.J. Brown is just a vagina. Drake London I'm just not going to play. That screwed me bad. Speaking of screwing you bad, the Donkey Punchers finally back in the winning column over Nut All Over Your Face. That's a bunch of section when you're on Windows there. We're going to move on. Tallywhackers over Brady's Balls 95-66. Tallywhackers still keeping their season somewhat alive, although very barely. Brady's Balls falls, hurts them bad. Corey Brewer needed that win. The $75 million man is now 3-5 as the Lewis Diana football team, another former champion, just having an abysmal year. Not quite as bad as Kyle Stoker because he still has his fucking team. But nevertheless, a lot of F words in this one. I apologize. It's not family friendly. I've marked the box on the YouTube channel. Kid friendly? No, definitely not. Because Lewis Diana got his ass handed to him by the $75 million man. He got a new job, but he's gonna have to get another win if he wants to have any chance of this randomized / wild card ticket. He's only got 2 tickets right now. $75 million man shows him what life's like when you play with the money. Nevertheless, all too well comes up and gets 4-4. Stephanie Bradley, good job. Steel City Sackers hurt him, makes him 4-4. Squadrels can't win again. Needed that win over Muckers. Muckers winning that game puts himself in a huge position to win that conference. But we're going to talk about that later. Death by 1,000 punts. Aaron Minturn loses the low-hanging fruit, who submits a lineup again. Finally, go imagine. Eric Hester, you submit a lineup, you actually can win games. Soggy Crouton! Let's go, Bill Collins. 121 points over formerly You're in Trouble, who got randomized and put up 93 points in the all-time luckiest randomization. However, wasn't that lucky because he didn't win. But look at that. C.J. Stroud, Derrick Henry, Chris Boswell put up 21 points. And it just wasn't meant to be like BB Rexa and Florida Georgia Line. It was not meant to be for You're in Trouble. A fitting end to a disgraceful season for Kyle Stoker. But Soggy Croutons, Bill Collins submits a team name, submits a winning lineup, puts up 121 points. Good job. Digger Phelps over 2, give me 2 for the road. Joe Buck yourself cannot beat DeMar Hamlin's booster shot, who now moves to 4-4. Keeping things interesting there. Play with Mike Ditka. Needed a bunch of points from Travis Kelce. He got some and a lot of douchebaggery last night. But Malcolm Rodriguez moves to number 5 in the nation. Golf and balls. He needed that win big time. But Tom Farmer took it swords to plowshares. 83-75 over Golf and Balls. It's a Magic the Gathering reference in case you didn't know. It's also probably a farming reference, but I don't farm. My grandma, whose birthday it is today, would be very ashamed. She turns 90. Hoping to see her, but I've committed to playing volleyball music at the J High. Nevertheless, the Clockwork Elves gets 110 over Whispering Eyes, who goes crying down to 4-4. Very moist down there. The Tush Pushers cannot beat Sith Happens, puts up 88 points, but Colin St. Germain comes up with 122. Great job for you. Stinky Fingers, critical win, moves to 6-2 over 99% luck, 1% heart. That's a devastating loss for Rocky Keeling. Joe Flacco looking good. I think that picture's probably 20 years old. The Cot Jockey's over. Fly Eagles fly, keeping them grounded. 4-4. Cot Jockeys still in Fix Your Google problem. One of these days, maybe you'll come in and we won't be super busy, but I doubt it. Do You Even Swift Pro beats up on Trippin' on Fofos, knocking him out of the rankings and moving Do You Even Swift Pro into the rankings, but more importantly, setting himself up with 3 weeks to go. It's looking good for Do You Even Swift Bro. The Nuts! Jamie Phelps puts up 90 but cannot beat the Sewer Bombs. Craig Kissel goes to 5-3. Big win. Keeps the season alive. Concussion Protocol gets beat by Nibble on my Gibbs, Cough on my Golf. Big win for John Zemer. OJ Eldorado still has things to prove. He has big games coming up. I looked at the schedule to see where they're at. He could potentially cause massive disruption in that conference. This is a big, well, it wasn't a big game last week, but this week it would be if they're playing. Comment from behind puts up 126 and beats Jeremy Orris Kakambas, who falls to number 18 and falls to 5-3. This is a game of just complete lameness. The Suicide Squad, I don't know, puts up 57 points and wins because now you see me, now you don't. Frazier has seen a win one time and he hasn't seen it since. So 1-7, 43. I did see Kim Hyatt the other day. That was kind of cool. Talked to her for about an hour. Frazier, in case you're wondering. She was asking about the old team. Looking amazing too, by the way, in her 50s now. Hanging with Mr. Hernandez got randomized and beat Sagnassi's notch above top notch, which is disgraceful. 42.29 on a regular starting lineup. Hanging with Hernandez started Carson Wentz and won. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? Carson Wentz? What? Yeah, it's because RJ Harvey, and Kayshawn Bote beat the Bote on fucking Sagnassi's notch above notch, 56-42. Disgraceful. Love Story, Jordan's version, and in an absolute must-win game for them. They have an interesting schedule coming up too. Win saves their season 4-4 BVC. Unfortunately, falls to 2-6. His season is done, but he can still get in on the wild card. Jack Goff in your end zone with a huge victory, not by points, not by margin, but for the season. 5-3, moves into the top 20 for the second time all year, I believe. Primetime Brian Benora, critical loss. That was a huge game for you, and you lose by a point, 1.3 points. Super Cyclones, didn't get the frickin' hot spot put in either, but his spot was hot to the tune of 93 points, but unfortunately, that doesn't overcome the swine flu. Mike, the Kaminsky method, puts up 114 as Marcus Towns goes to 3-5. Nasty Nutria, hey! Nasty Nutria gets a win. These are some powerhouse owners here. Your Mother Likes My Defense, claim to fame, was winning a championship like 10 years ago. Still a former champion, can't ever take it away from it. His season has not been great this year. Nasty Nutria's season has been god-awful, but they win again because she doesn't give up because she's not a chump. Hawk Tua with a big game over Strong Street Soldiers. Hawk Tua keeping their season mostly irrelevant, but also sending Minturn to 4-4, which is a much bigger deal as he's a former champion. Again, these former champions, unless you're named FarmersOnly.com or Golf and Balls, you're not having a great year this year. Oh, wait, Maddie Bradley, Cloakle Kiss. Cheechki doubles up on My Ball. Zach Ertz moves to number 2. I'm on 1. Beats up on 2 Girlies, 1 Cup. Aiken for a ship. Beats up on Pork and Beach. Is randomized. That's the worst Daniel Jones photo ever. I mean, this looks like an ad for a special needs fucking fundraiser. Double C's over Ghetto Heisman. Double C's back into the driver's seat of that conference and into the top 20. The Apache Chiefs puts up 101 to knock off Chop It Off, to chop him off. 101-65. The Apache Chiefs season is in trouble based on the conference, but he's 4-4. Anything can happen. The Double G Spot maintains his season hopes over Betty Bring Gray Game, who falls to 5-3. Double G Spot with a huge win. Monstars with an asterisk, couldn't beat Hitting Rugs. He did put up 86 points. If Mason Bradley wins, James Cook had a monster game. Thank you very much. New Orleans Rock Chucks got randomized and they scored 92 points. This is crazy high randomizers, but luckily no one won. Well, I shouldn't say that. Hanger Mr. Hernandez beat on whatchamacallit, and he scored 50-some points. The 2 randomizers put up 90 points, both lost, which is hilarious. Da Crush living up to the name, burying New Orleans Rock Chalk's Aaron King. Oh, man, Cloaco Kiss. Unfortunately, Maddie Bradley, I just said she was doing well. She falls to 4-4. K-Dog Millionaire. He definitely did not get randomized. I don't know why I thought he did. 104 points. Jalen Hurts doesn't get randomized, although Derrick Henry has been this week, in fact, because the season's been shit. Unsportsmanlike begging over Freddie versus Jason, 86-83. Tough loss for Jeff. Password is Taco for Will's Wranglers. That was a big game. Will's Wranglers needed that win. Got beaten. It's going to hurt him bad. Suck it. This was a huge game. Pylon Pounders. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? 48.54 points. You're putting your undefeated streak against Bracy Trudell up with fucking Marvin Mims? Are you serious right now? Marvin Mims is going to need some hymns for the erectile dysfunction after being emasculated so bad against Suck It. That was disgraceful. 0.9 points. Fucking Drake London almost scored that much, and he decided to sit out because of vaginitis. Unreal. Bijan Robinson really let you down. You actually did put a good lineup in here, it looks like. Dallas Goedert was your top scorer besides Bo Nix. The Atlanta Falcons defense, I don't know why you thought that was a good idea, because who are they playing? They're playing somebody that, who were they playing this last week? They got their shit kicked out of them, though. I know that. What happened to music? God, we do this too. That's like 10 minutes in to freaking music. I guess we'll do the same song again and I'll stop again. The Black Hole. The Mad Scientist put up 71 points. Would have beat like half the teams this week, but it wasn't enough. Sticks it in and loses to Show Me Them TDs. Goes to 5-3. Keeps his season alive. Garrity's Gigolos overturned your head in golf. That was a big win for him that he didn't really need. But he keeps things interesting in the conference with that win because Turn Your Head in Golf now is number 14 as opposed to would have been much higher if he won that game. So there we go. That's your fastest minutes. Barely missed on the timing of the music. But nevertheless, here we go. Let's look at your conference breakdown. We're not going to do a super breakdown next week. We will do a super breakdown. Yes. Oh, yeah. We'll do a super breakdown. Yeah. Best I got right now. That hurts. Bleeding Blue Bombers with their victory, a huge victory, 7 in a row, 6-0 in conference. They have a 1-game edge over Vic in a box. Do these guys play each other? I don't know. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's look and see. They play each other the last week of the season. Oh, Nelly. That might be a good one. It is getting hot in here, by the way. Mullen Incorporated, FarmersOnly.com, still alive, but it's tough for these two playing each other. Going to need some help. Golf with Laporta has a 2-game edge over Patriot Thunder and Moose Knuckles with 3 games to go. I know he plays Patriot Thunder at some point in the near future. Let's take a look and see. He plays Patriot Thunder this week. Oh, my goodness. That's not even a ranked versus ranked game, but that could be the muscle game of the week because if Patriot Thunder loses that and Moose Knuckles loses to whoever they're playing this week, which would be... Don't be me. I think I already played them. Not all over your face. Then it would be very unlikely. Does Golf with Laporta played Moose Knuckles? Let's see. Moose Knuckles. Where's that? Oh, yeah. Golf with Laporta played Moose Knuckles this week and beat him. So, if Moose Knuckles loses... I'm calling it right now, although I'd have to double check the math. If Moose Knuckles loses this week and Patriot Thunder loses this week to Golf and Laporta will have this conference wrapped up. I am almost certain of it. In fact, I'm not going to say I'm 100% certain. I'll double check, but I believe he'd have the tiebreaker over both teams, and the worst he could do is finish, tie. I think this is it. So, James St. Germain, first of all, tell your son to take $100 for that GameCube. Secondly, you might want to bring the wood because your season literally depends on it. You would still need some help, potentially. You have to win it. Well, I don't know. Whatever. I know if you lose to Golf and Laporta, you're done because you'll be able to be down 3 games and he'll have the tiebreaker over here with only 2 games to go. Nevertheless, here we go. Muckers versus, or not versus. Jeez Louise, I'm still in fast mode. Muckers has a 2-game lead/edge over a whole slew of teams. I'm not going to do the math on here, but I can tell you this much. We got 3 games left, folks. If Muckers wins this week, who's he playing this week? Let's see who he's playing this week. This week he is playing Oh, no. Formerly you're in trouble. We have to get an owner for that team. So I'm saying it right now, and I'll put it in the Facebook page with this post. If you have an owner who 100% wants to join this league, maybe for next year, maybe for the playoff run, he doesn't have to pay. This spot's already been paid for. We just don't want to have these teams get randomized because, as you can see, this is why the randomizer exists. Down to the rest of the conference needs muckers to fucking lose. So we cannot be giving these people automatic victories at the end of the year. That's why we need a team to come in, take charge, possibly submit a super lineup to knock off muckers, because if he wins that, night-night. It will be bad for everybody involved. Not 100%, but it'll be bad. Malcolm Rodriguez, in the middle of my thighs, has a 1-game lead over Golf and Balls, Football's Life, and Digger Phelps. Let's see who she has yet to play. We can look here and see. What would we do? A very deep break. We probably won't even do the fastest minutes next week because of things. She has to play Digger Phelps. She has to play Joe Buck Yourself, who I don't think is in that mix. He is not. And she has to play DeMar Hamlin's booster shot, which technically I think he's still alive. And these Whispering Eyes and Clockwork Elves still alive too. But they need a lot of help when they got 4 people above them. Frank Drebin Conference. This is a tight one here. More Friday Nickel. Do You Even Swiftbow and Sticky Fingers, both 6-2. Let's see who they play coming up. They've already played each other. Obviously, the one has the lead over the other one. Sewer Bombs, the Nuts, and 99% Luck, 1% Heart. Sewer Bombs, critical. The other one's not so much. And then Stinky Fingers, their schedule consists of Tush Pushers, Sewer Bombs, and Fly Eagles Fly. So their schedules aren't really that big a deal. Wait, did you Sewer Bomb play? Hold on. Yeah, Sewer Bombs. Holy hell, Sewer Bombs. Sewer Bombs, Craig Kissel, you are in the driver's seat because you're 5-1 in your division, and you have to play both of these teams coming up. So if you're watching this podcast, let it be known that this is a big deal. You better get the rally cries out because you can indeed do some serious damage. I don't know why that played, but get some serious damage for that thing as you play both of those teams coming up. Now, look at this one. This one here's a little out of order because of tiebreakers with head-to-head records, right? But look at this. We have 3 6-2 teams, a 5-3 team, a 4-3-1 team, and 2 4-4 teams. Now, you say this is one of these top teams, but I'm telling you, look at this. Whoa, what is this monstrosity? All right. You never count this girl out. She won this week in a huge game, and she plays Suicide Squad and Nibblema Gibbs Coffin McGoff with Hangman Hurts Hernandez, who will probably be stripped of his team by then. But she plays 2 of these teams above her. She wins out. She'll be 7-4. These teams above her, I'm just saying. You got to watch out for Bonnie Monahan. She's always there at the end. So I don't care how many teams are above her. I'm worried about it. It would take a lot of help for her to win this conference, but she's still alive, and you just can't count her out. And this one here, though, this is critical. Cheechki with a 2-game lead over 2 5-3 teams, and there's 1 4-4 team. So Strong Street Soldiers, 2-4 in conference. That has eliminated you because the worst Cheechki could be is 7-4 technically. It'd be a miracle for that to happen. But the 5-3 team still kind of alive here. Let's see who Cheechki has to play left. She plays Hawk Tua, Super Cyclones, and Jack Goff in the end zone. The final week, that could be a massive game. As right now they're 2-20. They might not be then. But Hawk Tua looking pretty good lately. Hawk Tua is Ronnie Tripp. Shit. There's 2 Tua teams. I get them confused. All Tua well, Stephanie Bradley. So I might have messed that up earlier. I don't know. Super Cyclones. I don't know, man. This league's interesting because, even though their team's 3-5, they need points, so they will submit super lineups to get the points to keep their season alive. So you never know what the hell's going to happen at the end. The record doesn't mean anything when it comes to that. The real NFL, the queer Chiefs are playing the, Tennessee Titans. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to just destroy them. But in the muscle, you could be 1-7 and be like, well, time to submit super lineups because I need points. So that's the thing. Napoleon Dynamite Conference, you have 2 6-2 teams, 3 5-3 teams, and 3 4-4 teams. Dare I say it, 8 of these teams technically are still alive, it looks like. I mean, you need a lot of... this is chaos. I think it's been chaos all year. But especially the 5-3 team's still alive. Double C's, let's see who they play coming up, as well as Chop It Off. I think they played each other this week. They did not. Double C's had to play AK4 Ship, I'm on 1, and Pork and Beans, who probably will have his team taken away from him. Dom Mulkey comes back, only to get freaking randomized a bunch. AK4 Ship, I'm on 1, both critical games. Pork and Beans 1-7, but, if someone takes it over, you just don't know. I mean, technically, Pork and Beans is still alive. They just have to get in on points, so they'd have to submit super lineups left and right, which would not bode well for the teams above them. But the 3 4-4 is 3 5-3 is 2 6-2s. I'm going to call that all of them are still alive. And again, these teams are like zombies. KL Seagraves, Apache Chiefs, 4-4. Next, or third from the bottom in their conference. I've been in this league too long to know that you just cannot count him. You can't count anyone with the last name Provost out. And you can't count out Bonnie Monahan. I don't care. I don't care that he's 8th place in the conference right now. There's still 3 games to go, and he's only down by 2. Things can happen. Other things that can happen. In the Tommy Callahan conference, we got 6-2 hitting rugs. Will's Wranglers and K-Dog Millionaire. I don't know why I thought you were randomized. My apologies, bro. Obviously, you weren't. Maybe, you know what? I remember what it was. You had 0, and I clicked on it. So I'm like, what the hell? I remember this distinctly. I thought you had a 0 with an F by it. Oh, great. I have to open the store by myself yet again. And it wasn't it wasn't an F. It was just a 0 because you had no points at that point in time. So that's why I'm confused. Freddie versus Jason, Cloacal Kiss, and Will's Wranglers. That could be a huge game at the end of the year. Will's Wranglers, 5-3. Oh, let's see who Will's Wranglers plays coming up these next 3 weeks. Cloacal Kiss, big game right there on Sportsmanlike Begging and Hitting Rugs. Now, what is Cloacal Kiss? Where are they at? They're 4-4, still alive. Password is Taco, needs to come up. I mean, they got a lot going on, but Hitting Rugs playing, they play one of these teams. God, I just did it. Yeah, Will's Wranglers, that is going to be a problem for the teams below 5-3 right now. And then finally, Lloyd Christmas Conference. You can't see all of this, but you don't need to see much down there anyway. It's about where you need to stop seeing. Pylon Pounders, that loss was enormous this week. Bracey Trudell. The rest of the Lloyd Christmas Conference should send Bracey Trudell edible arrangement or something, because had Pylon Pounders won, he would almost have this thing wrapped up. Now, because he lost, things are a lot more interesting. The Black Hole and Turn Your Head and Golf are only 1 game back, even though Turn Your Head and Golf has a worse conference record. A lot can still happen here. Let's see. Have they played? Who is he yet to play? Let's look at Pylon Pounders. Oh, my God. He has to play Sticks It In It and the 2 teams closest to him, Black Hole and Turn Your Head and Golf. Holy shit. It's going to be Christmas in the Lloyd Christmas Conference because these games are gifts. They are gifts. The top 3 teams still have to play each other and in the next 2 weeks. And let's look and see who he's playing. Turn Your Head and Golf in the Black Hole this week. It's going to be your muscle game of the week, almost certainly. And then he plays the Pylon Pounders. This is going to be amazing. The 3 teams up at the top just beat the shit out of each other the last 3 weeks. Oh, my God. This is not TNT, but I know drama, and that is going to be drama, I promise you. Can't wait. Manny Flores Second-year owner, I believe. Turn Your Head and Golf is Zach Van Sickle, first-year owner, and then the old veteran, Rob Bradley, been in here for years. Has not been talked about a lot historically the last few years, but this year it's good to have him back in this discussion. Andrew Brown referral. Where the hell's Andrew Brown at? I miss that guy, too. Some of these guys, they recruit people in, and the people who recruit them leave, but the people who are recruited stay, such as the case of Rob Bradley. We miss you, Andrew Brown. If you see that guy, tell him he should apply to take over your In Chubble's team. So, yeah. So he can promptly leave the league in a couple years ago. I got chaos going up above me. My son's up. He doesn't want to take a shower, apparently. That's fun. But anyway, let's look at the schedule. We already know the game of the week. I mean, there's no doubt. But we might have multiple games of the week. We might. As we get closer to the playoff run, we're going. Okay. Week 9 matchups. We're at 35 minutes. Oh, my God. This is a long one, Chris. But next week, we probably won't do the fastest minutes. We'll just go straight to the playoff scenarios. Because we got to start looking at points, too, which we have not done yet. That'll be next week. Bleeding Blue Bombers taking on Red Rockets. That does not bode well for the rest of the league. Red Rockets, Tanner Vollmer, new to the league. Hey, Tanner, if you're watching this podcast, here's the deal. Submit a super lineup. The rest of the league will thank you. Bleeding Blue Bombers fresh off the number 1 spot. FarmersOnly.com, 5-3 versus Vic in the Box, 6-2. Huge game for the Farmer. Why not? We got to play it when we get in there. Mullen Incorporated gets his gift again. It's Christmas again. Michael Myers, 1-7, taking on Mullen Incorporated. Big game. This again. Oh, my good. There's some good games this week, folks. We talked about it earlier. Patriot Thunder taking on Golfing with Laporta. An absolutely must-win game for James St. Germain. Otherwise, Golfing with Laporta will win. We're going to get us some theme music, but not the main theme music. We're going to get at the CBS theme music because it's second fiddle to everybody. There we go. Patriot Thunder versus Golfing with Laporta in a must-win game for that entire conference. If Golfing with Laporta wins, he will wrap up the division. We already talked about it. Patriot Thunder, bring the Thunder. Going down here, a bunch of unranked games that nobody cares about. Joe Buckstuff taking on Malcolm Rodriguez, Middle Mathias, not a big deal. Stinky Fingers taking on Tush Pushers, not a big deal. Do Even Swippo taking on Sewer Bombs. This is a big deal. 5-3, 6-2. Sewer Bombs needs that win. That would be Ben Hester versus Craig Kissel. I get both those families confused. Chris and Craig, Ben and Eric. One of these days I'll get it. Coming from behind, taking on Concussion Protocol. That doesn't look like a big game, but Concussion Protocol. OJ Eldorado. He's always hanging around too, honestly. Kakambas versus Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And Frazier needs to get something going here because Kakambas, like I said, that can cause some chaos. Nibble on McGibbs, Cough McGoff, Sag Nasty Notch, above top notches. He got beat by randomizers this week, but we love you, Ben. This is it, man. Love Story, Jordan's version. This is where she can start her chaos tour if she can beat J-Mac Suicide Squad, who is leading the conference based on tiebreaker right now. Love Story still, like I said, chances are not good she will win this conference, but still alive, and you never count her out. Suicide Squad, you can bury her for good if you defeat her this week. Super Cyclones taking on Jack Goff in the end zone. Jack Goff needs that win big time. He's number 20. Super Cyclone's not ranked, but it's still big. Hawk Tua, this is Ronnie Tripp, 3-5, taking on the number 2 team. Not a big deal. The Apache Chiefs versus the Double G spot. That's a big game. Neither of them are ranked, but still. Aching for a Ship, 4-4, taking on Double C's. Big game there. Aching for a Ship needs to win that game to have any chance keeping a season alive. 2 Girlies, 1 Cup, taking on Chop It Off and Make You Stunning Brave, 3-5 versus number 10. Hitting Rugs, taking on Freddy versus Jason. The Pylon Pounders taking on Sticks It In Ya, which is 4-4. Derek Gregory, he's all right. He needs that win. And then, of course, here we go. The muscle game of the week, without question. Number 14, Turn Your Head and Golf, 6-2, taking on number 8, the Black Hell, also 6-2. What a game! The Lloyd Christmas Conference is going to be complete madness these last 3 weeks. Can't wait. It's going to be good. Those 3 teams are just going to, it's like the NFC North, man, the black and blue division, and it is going to be a fight to the death to see who can win and win that conference. I mean, like I said, those 3 teams play each other the next 3 weeks. I mean, craziness. That's that. Hey, we're at 39 minutes. What a great podcast. I didn't have any energy when I started, but I got fired up. Thanks primarily to my 2 cups of coffee. And yeah, that's it. Get your lineups in. If you know somebody who wants a team, message the Facebook post. Okay? If you don't use Facebook, too bad. Get a Facebook. Get over yourself. Get a Facebook and just don't follow anybody. That's the secret. You follow people, then you get sucked into the drama, you know? I have, I don't know, 1,200 friends or whatever. Follow literally 0. 0! I don't see any of the drama. No. That's how you do it. All right. Have a great day. We'll be back.